Forbidding animals. Animals that are forbidden to eat or have in your home for religious reasons. The Bible forbids eating certain animals, and it has health and ritualistic reasons behind it. So what exactly are these animals? Is it just pigs and shellfish, or are there more? Let's find out. Number 10. Rabbits. Leviticus 11:6 says, "These you may eat of all that are in the seas. Whatever in the seas has fins and scales you may eat." What it means is that only fish with fins and scales can be eaten. This is where it gets a little tricky because rabbits don't live in the sea, they live on land. But many scholars believe this verse does not just refer to sea creatures but all creatures that live in water, including ponds, rivers, and lakes. And since rabbits can swim, some people believe this verse includes them as an animal that is forbidden to eat. No. 9. Crabs and lobsters. Some people enjoy a nice seafood dinner, especially when it comes to crabs and lobsters. They're quite popular and are mostly enjoyed by people living near the coast. But did you know that the Bible actually forbids eating these delicious-looking crustaceans? In Isaiah 66:17, it says, "And the sea creatures that are in your midst and their beasts which you have in your waters will be gathered together to you, everything that swarms and moves with the multitude of fins and wings. And they will come against the multitude of all the fish, and all the birds on the mountains, all to come and fall under the power of the Holy One of Israel, for he will come to be awesome over all flesh." Many think that the verse is referring to the gathering of these animals before Judgment Day, so eating them before that day would be forbidden. However, others believe it's forbidden to eat these animals at any point in time because they are unclean animals. No. 8. Lizards. In Deuteronomy 14:18, it says, "These you shall not eat among the things that are clean." A lizard. Lizards are reptiles that we mostly see outside. And while they might look cool, they are apparently forbidden to eat. There's no specific reason as to why lizards are forbidden, but most likely it has to do with the fact that they crawl on the ground and carry germs that could make people sick if they were to eat them. Even today, experts recommend not eating lizards because they often carry salmonella. So the Bible was probably onto something when it said, "Stay away from lizards." Number 7. Pigs. Pigs are one of the most famous forbidden animals because they're mentioned several times in the Bible. From a young age, we've probably heard the story of someone wanting to eat a sandwich that had pork in it, and Jesus saying, "Don't do that because it's forbidden." Well, that's not entirely true. Jesus never said that. That was his dad, God, who spoke through Moses in Deuteronomy 14:8, "And these you shall not eat." The pig because it is unclean, and the rabbit because it chews the cud but does not have split hooves. In Leviticus 11:7, "And whatever does not have fins or scales in the seas, you eat any of them, or if you boil them in their water, or cook them in their water, then you shall be unclean." So why are pigs forbidden? One of the reasons is because pigs were known to eat just about anything, including dead animals. This meant they were prone to carrying diseases that would make people sick. To avoid this, God told the Israelites to refrain from eating pork. No. 6. Horse. In Deuteronomy 22:28 it says, "If a girl who is a virgin is betrothed to a man and a beast has touched her, then the father and the mother shall take her, and the man who slept with her and the beast, and they shall take them all out of the city and stone them." What this means is that if a horse is involved with a human, whether it be sexual intercourse or breeding, both the horse and the human must be put to death. This law doesn't just apply to horses, but all other animals as well. So basically, horses are forbidden once they've been involved with a human? No. 5. Donkeys. In Deuteronomy 22:10, it says, "When you build a new house, you shall make a parapet for your roof, so that you may not bring guilt of bloodshed upon your household, if someone falls and rises up against you." Many people believe this verse means that it's forbidden to own a donkey, but that's not true. It's just forbidden to own a donkey that has not yet been castrated. If a male donkey is not castrated, they become aggressive and dangerous, especially towards women. So owning one could be a death sentence for your wife or daughter. Because of this, it was forbidden to own an intact male donkey. Number 4. Camels. In Deuteronomy 22:11 it says, "You shall not plow with a female donkey, nor shall you sow your vineyard with a female donkey's seed. Nor shall you cross a male donkey with a female animal that is not his own species. It seems like the Bible forbids having camels in your home, but that's not true. Instead, this verse forbids breeding certain animals with camels. While this might sound strange, there is a reason behind it. Sometimes people were known to sacrifice their animals, and having offspring that was a mix of different species would diminish the value of the sacrifice. No. 3. Mice and rats. In Exodus 23:19, it says, "Do not sacrifice the first of your sons as burnt offerings, neither do you pour out the life of your sons with the offerings." Some people believe this verse forbids having pets such as cats and dogs because it mentions sons being sacrificed. But the context of this verse is clearly talking about child sacrifice, which was a common practice in other religions at the time. Many scholars believe this verse also forbids rats and mice from being kept as pets because they were considered unclean animals. Number 2, certain birds. In Leviticus 11:13, it says, "These you shall not eat of those that are in the air: the eagle, the vulture, the black vulture, the kite, the hawk, any kind of owl, the screech owl, the short-eared owl, and the long-eared owl." These birds were forbidden to eat because they were scavengers. This meant that most of the time they fed on dead animals, making them carriers of disease. Today we know that eating these birds can cause us to contract serious illnesses, which is probably why they were forbidden back then. No one. Any animal with split toes. In Deuteronomy 14:18, it says, "These you shall not eat among the clean animals. Whatever has the hoof completely split, like the camel, the hare, and the rock badger. They are unclean for you." In Leviticus 11:19, "These you may not eat among the birds: the eagle, the vulture, the black vulture, the kite, the hawk, any kind of owl, the screech owl, the short-eared owl, and the long-eared owl." These animals were forbidden because they were seen as impure or unclean. For example, hares and rabbits chew the cud like cows and are supposed to be forbidden. Cows have split hooves, but rabbits don't. This made them an unclean animal, and therefore forbidden. So there you have it, the top 10 forbidding animals. Do you agree with these rules, or do you think they're a bit outdated? Let us know in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching.